All right, here we go.
Let's get it.
East Memphis is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Xavier Wulf, what's good?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing?
Hey, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Hey, I appreciate y'all hitting me, and I'm glad for the opportunity. I'm here, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, we got an underground legend in the building.
Thank you very much. Yeah, one of them. Yeah,
one of them,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's start in the beginning. You grew up in East Memphis.
Yes, I did.
You know, like me and DJ Paul are real cool. You know, we talk all the time. He's been on VladTV a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear your stuff, I could definitely hear the 3-6 influence.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's something you've even talked about before.
Yeah, I have, because it was, you know, it's a very important detail to like Memphis music, culture, attitude, like everything. You feel me? Like it's like 3-6 was like Memphis, like in a nutshell. You feel me? That's
yeah, I mean, before 3-6, were there any really big groups like that
out of Memphis? I honestly, if there was, I probably don't know because I'm too young. But I remember like Tommy Wright. That was, you know, I don't know if Princess Loco, A-Ball MJG. You had
A-Ball MJG. That's definitely one. I don't remember who came out first.
Who? What? 3-6 A-Ball?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I honestly
similar
don't know.
time.
Yeah, I know, but maybe maybe the same time, maybe.
At the same time.
Yeah.
But 3-6 went through the roof.
Yeah, it did.
You know, huge nationwide hits, Oscars,
Yeah.
you know, and just definitely, you know, and A-Ball MJG did their thing, but I felt like more of on an underground level.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, and they're both dope groups.
Yeah, type shit. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
So what was it like growing up in East Memphis?
It was cool. It was like, you know, I wasn't like necessarily like, you know, like wealthy or like, you know what I mean, like straight like that, but like I didn't like starve to death. You feel me? Like we was straight. Like I just played outside, you know, or like played video games when I could. I drew a lot. I used to have like sketchbooks and shit just drawing. And then, yeah, but it was cool for that. Like, you know, of course you got the good times and the bad times. You know, you got fights you get into with kids at school. Like, that's normal. But, you know, a lot of those fights, like I got into like, you know, like say I got into a fight in middle school, in high school, maybe that guy I was fighting with friends now type shit. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of some shit like that. That was okay. That was pretty cool. You know, some niggas just stay enemies. That's fine too.
Right. You've never really, you know, kind of glorified your upbringing or really painted it as like,
well, yeah,
you know, as a real street.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, because like the hood is like, Memphis is small, so north, south, east, west Memphis, like, you know, it take about 15 minutes to get to either part from anywhere. So it ain't really shit, but like, there's definitely the hood. There's nice parts, and there's the hood. I was like kind of like in the middle, kind of, but like the neighborhood I used to live in, it was already like kind of like going bad, but now it's like, you know, real bad, like type shit. Like, but that's cool. I mean, hopefully, you know, they make it out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I used to go back and forth to Louisiana a lot with my granddad, because my granddad, my mama and that side of my family, my mama's side, they from Louisiana. My dad is from Memphis, so that's how that worked. My granddad, he was like a doctor, like a CT scan, something like that. He was something like that. But he got a job in Memphis doing that at a hospital. So that's how they, you know, that's how they came up. Then my mama met my daddy in high school, and then, you know, then me and my brother came. So, but it's cool though. It was cool.
Well, before hip hop, you were actually listening to heavy metal.
Yeah, I listened to hip hop first, like as a kid. You know what I mean? Like a lot of shit, like whatever was on the radio. Because I was young, so it wasn't like a bunch of like, I don't know, like, there's a bunch of CDs and shit, you feel me? There's no MP3s, there's none of that shit. So, you know, I either listened to what played on the radio, which was like I said, R&B, and like, you know, like local rap shit, you know, that type shit, which was cool. But as far, damn, what'd you ask me?
We're talking about heavy metal.
Oh, heavy metal. Oh, yeah. So I listened to that, and then I got into middle school, and I had a friend named Matt. Shouts out to Matt. We were on the bus one day, and he had this Korn CD but he had a CD player. This is back when we was like taking CD players on the bus type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I remember them days. CD players, not really tape decks, but CD players for sure. So it was on the bus one day and I was listening to, you know, he showed me what he had and I was like, damn, I fuck with it. So then he came back the next day and he had like this blank CD, the kind you get from like Walgreens, you know, the colorful ones. He had a blank one and it had a bunch of just random shit on it. That's why I found about Blink-182 and H.U. and like Slipknot and Hawthorne Heights. Just like shit, all that shit was on there type shit. So I was like, damn, like, you know, that's when I realized like I like this kind of music. Like I didn't care. The other kids, like, cause I went to like mostly like all black school.
They had no idea what that is.
No, they nah,
whatsoever.
Yeah,
that's some real white boy shit.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
there.
That's all they said.
Slipknot.
Like, yeah, they didn't fuck with that shit at all. They was like, hell no. This was before like that song "Party Like a Rockstar" came out by the Shop Boys. That came out when I was in 8th grade, and it's so retarded. When that song came out, it like changed everybody. Like now in Memphis, like that white boy shit was like cool. Oh, the wallet chains or like the
tattered jeans and like the faded rock shirts and the
all black
chains,
and shit,
you know,
yeah.
on their I remember that whole phase.
Yeah, you're right. So but you know, but the
and 3 6 Mafia were embracing that. But
they
matter
were.
of fact, yeah,
they was on their, you know, they sick shit. But it just wasn't accepted until like that point. You know, they always was like, bro, what do you listen to? What are you doing? I skateboarded too back then. So the skateboard shoes, the fat skateboard shoes, they didn't understand that shit. They used to, you know, they used to just give me hell. Like, what's good with the kicks? Like, they didn't understand. But
okay,
I understood. Yeah, it was crazy. So,
yeah.
but yeah, so I went through like middle school just listening to like rock music and like exploring more of that, like the emo and the shit, cause like I liked it. Like, you know, I liked the way it sounded. Like I just liked it for like different reasons.
Yeah.
As maybe most other people do, but like I did. I stuck with it, and you know, I took what I took from it to like help build up me, who I am, and like what I like, and yeah, bro, and we here today.
Well, you started rapping around 11th grade?
Yeah.
Okay, and what made you want to start rapping?
I didn't really want to. Well, I guess I did kind of start wanting to. Lil B was like, his like style of doing shit back then was like real unorthodox to a lot of people. Just like, and that's as far as like freestyling on this song, saying crazy shit. That was funny. But the point that when he used to go out and just shoot videos anywhere, like people used to be like, what the fuck? He just shoot this shit anywhere. And like nowadays, of course, you get on YouTube, everybody's just walking outside to shoot shit and that, you know. He in a sense made it look real easy. He made it look easy to me, to the point where I was like, okay, so basically I just kind of got to just figure this out, the simple shit, and just make it work, you know. And so I did, like, and then like later on that year, 3 of my friends invited me to go record at their like friend's house. She had like this like indoor like studio type shit, but I didn't want to rap. I just wanted to go because I could smoke in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like that was really all my point, because I couldn't smoke in the house, in my house. So I just went so I could smoke there. Ended up inviting me on the song. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Long story short, I did a little verse. So I did the song, and then, you know, played the song back after we left, and I just immediately wanted to like change shit and just make shit better. So that's where it started. And then I ended up finessing my way to an interface and a computer and a microphone, because that's basically what she had, the lady the house that we were at, that she was recording us. So I got that and just started doing it at home.
Okay, and you originally Ethel Wolf?
Ethel Wolf was, yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
Well, what did that mean?
Okay, so first, when I was in 11th grade, when I first started rapping, I went by like Zay, just Zay, you feel me? Like, you know, Zay told him sometimes type shit. And then after I killed that off, because I was like young, like real young. When I turned like 18, 19, I got into the Raider Klan, long story short. But I okay, let me rewind a little bit. I had went to jail for some weed shit. And then I remember getting out of jail and just being like, fuck this shit, I need to turn up. I don't know what the fuck, like, because my dog I was doing music with, he kind of just like, on some other shit, you know what I mean? So I was like, bet, it's me solo, so like, I don't give a fuck, like, you know what I mean? I do what I gotta do. So I did that, and I came up on that spot. I came up with Ether Wulf. Ether Wulf was like this old king back in like Castle days type shit. I'll just say Castle days. And he was cool or whatever, but Ether also means like noble wolf. If you look up like Ether Wulf meaning on Google, it'll bring up that king, and it'll bring up the, you know, that it means like noble wolf. I chose it for that reason. The king nigga, I don't really fucking care about him, like, but this part I cared about, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like that. So, but then as time went on, maybe like a year or so after that, I kind of just like evolved again type shit, like got older, and I was like, fuck the Ether shit. Let me just use my real name.
Okay, and that's your real name?
Yeah, Xavier
Wulf. Got it, and you spelled it differently?
The what, the wolf part?
Yeah,
with the U, yeah.
Okay.
So that's it.
So how did the whole SpaceGhostPurrp Raider Klan thing come together?
That night where I got out of jail and I kind of got on the computer and I was just like listening to old 3-6 shit, you know, because I was like just smoking in a certain type of mood, and one of his videos popped up on the related, it's like right here, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is this, you know? So I clicked on it, and it was the funk, I am the nigga with the funk shit to the late night tip beat. So I was like, okay, this shit cool. So then I looked more, you know, I think he had like maybe like a few more videos or maybe just like songs. And I kind of saw what was going on. I was like, so this guy's basically just like redoing the Memphis shit out in Florida. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I see. But I my first thought wasn't to be like, oh no, hell no, he tripping. I was more on some shit like, that shit hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doing it right. You know, I'm a Memphis nigga, like, if anybody can tell if a nigga doing it right, I can. Like, that shit was, it was cool. So I was like, okay. So I saw he had like a gang, the Raider Klan type shit. So then I was like, okay, cool. So then the next like 3 songs I made were kind of just like on some, I thought to myself, I was like, all right, so let me try to take it back to the 90s type shit, 3-6. I can make 3-6 type shit. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I mean, I lived in it, I could do it. Ended up doing it real well, and just, you know, word got back, well, through like other Klan members, Amber London and Eddie Baker and Kenayada at the time, like, they was like bumping the shit that I was making because I had like befriended them on like Twitter because they fucked with like the first song I dropped, first chapter of the phone. So they was, you know what I mean? So it was like that, and you know, as like weeks passed, I was at FedEx, and I remember, because I worked at FedEx, and I got off work, and I hopped in the car one day, and I just like looked at my phone before I took off, and I saw that Purrp had retweeted the one of my like songs and videos back then, and I was like, oh, that's lit. And like a few days later, I quit that job. Actually, I quit that day. I had to go, I had to go back to work like days after that, but like I just didn't go back. Cause when that day happened on Twitter, that shit, that when he tweeted, I was like, fuck that, I'm finna just go hard right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so SpaceGhostPurrp retweeting you made you quit your job.
Basically. Yeah, cause I knew
Okay.
I knew what the fuck I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I gotta fuck this. I gotta go hard right now.
That's interesting. A tweet changes the direction of your life.
Yeah,
like
bro.
literally a retweet.
A retweet, bro. Like, it wasn't even a retweet. He posted like one of my videos like on his like, it was like a tweet. He formulated the tweet type shit. Like, he retweeted one of my other tweets, but then formulated a whole new tweet of, you know what I mean? Like saying, you know, this nigga like cold, this and that. And so those 2 tweets, I was like, fuck that, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I just kept making music.
So I guess at one point, Raider Klan was kind of set up in all these different cities, right? But was that actually happening at the time?
Yeah, we had Raider Klan in New York, California, because that was Eddie. We had Raider Klan Seattle because of Kenayada, Raider Klan Texas because of Amber London, Memphis because of me and Chris Travis.
Okay, so you joined officially the Raider Klan.
Me and Chris was the last 2 to join.
Okay.
That was it, yeah. And we were like the last piece of the puzzle because we were 2 Memphis niggas, like killing shit.
Okay, like how big was Raider Klan at its height? How many members?
Close to like maybe 20. We was deep, especially in New York.
Okay, and would you guys meet up all at the same point, at the same place at various times, or not really?
No, we saw each other like different times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we'll go to a state. Like, when I go, like, if like one of us go to Texas, I remember I flew to Miami, me and Chris did, just to kind of like meet Denzel. And this is the first time I met Denzel in person, and Simi. Puya was there that day. Nell, Rail. Man, everybody. Like, it was, I can't even remember, like, because we shot the pistol grip video, me and Nail song, Pistol Grip. We shot that video while we was there, so you can see everybody in the video. All those people, we was just deep, and that was in Miami. That's Ready Clan Miami. So that was lit. So, but yeah, we just started off on the internet though. We just fucking tweet each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Send music back and forth, like through emails. Like.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were kind of like the first internet, like legit internet rap crew. You guys like legit came out, had real fan bases, doing shows like that actually formed on the internet. That's interesting.
But yeah, it was interesting though, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like at the time, we didn't realize how like crazy it was to people, or like how bizarre what we was doing was, because it was so simple to us. You get me? Like the emailing songs back and forth, or like talking to her through a phone. It was all simple. I kept getting like, when I would tell like certain people like, you know, how the shit was going, they were like, what the fuck, so y'all met off the internet and y'all doing this, y'all got this thing going off the cyber web, like, you know what I mean, type shit. So it's like that, like, because people used to think we had to like meet up with each other and do songs. When I first started doing music, 2013, 14 type shit, people were still like amazed at the fact that we sent, like, we did features through emails. You just send somebody the shit, MP3, like with the open, and they send it back. Like people were mind fucked by that shit back then. It's just crazy.